Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Resurrection Cup 2023. Nice and early in the morning for us North Americans, but of course, that is what time the Korean team is playing. We've got no title up against polle haters here, and we are right into the wool rolls. So, as they are getting the rolls over with, let's go over the teams very quickly. On the side of no title, you've got Atropure, Spectre, Alagrissimo, Pain, MX1 10,000, Zyson, Chong Wu Yang, and Parisia. If you need to know who all the MXs are, there is a command in the chat, !MX. So check that out if needed. Then, on the side of polyhairs, we have got Gawk, Teldux, Poly, Catburger. Then we've got Sazus. We have got Wessel, Osu 2, Inquisitives, and Duo-X. Now, this is going to be the 6 seed versus the 27 seed match, so polyhitters certainly have a tall task ahead of them here if they want to take this point over, or this match I should say, over no title. But there have been crazier upsets. Now, looks like we are still waiting for poly hitters to get their roll in. And let's talk about the pick ban while we're waiting. No title in the qualifiers has looked very, very good on the tech, very good on the alts, and very good on the hard rock in particular. Although just looking at this roster, they can play just about anything, especially some of these more kind of aim focused, aim control focused picks. I think they're going to look really good on, and I do expect we're going to see some sort of DT ban from the side of poly haters, because it's something they really struggled on with qualifiers compared to the other mod categories. And they are just missing at the moment, so if they don't show up soon, we may just have no title winning the role by default. I guess we will find out in a minute or two here. Catburger rolling in 1,000. It's gonna be a 9 roll out of deduct. What a long wait for such a sad roll. But no title is going to get to decide pick or ban order. And in a match like this, where the bans are fairly obvious, in my opinion, and not, I think there's a very low chance both teams have similar bans. I wouldn't be surprised to just see them go for the first pick, but they are going to opt for that second ban in any case. And so we are going to be getting the first ban from poly haters. Again, likely going to be one of those DTs. Hard to say which one, honestly. If I had to guess, possibly something like the DT3, which is quite speedy at 263 BPM. Could definitely also see them banning out something like the Nomad 3 or 4 as well. But they did look pretty good on the Nomad in qualifiers, so they may leave those open. There aren't really any great picks into no title, so And there is the No Mod 4 ban going to be banning out that tech pick. Understandably, that is going to be one of the higher skill cap maps in the pool. Of course, that is Hemsorb, which does have quite a few tricky patterns throughout the map. And because you guys couldn't see the warm-up, I will let you know that No Title did pick a very high star tech map, and I'm fairly sure they won that warm-up pretty handily, and we do get the Hard Rock 1 ban out of No Title. It's going to be the AIM Hard Rock pick, and now Polle Hitters have the first pick. I feel like if you are Polle Hitters, your best bet might just be to go for something potentially a little bit more gimmicky here. They're going to go for the HR2 though, so smart pick out of them. You see the Hard Rock 1 banned out from No Title, followed up with the other Hard Rock. Seems to be a good strategy here. This Hard Rock 2 is certainly more aim focused. It does have a pretty couple more tricky Z patterns that could definitely catch some players out, but for the most part it is fairly straightforward. Of course, it is CS 6.5. Imagine there's going to be a lot of eyes on Kathburger and Polle specifically for the side of Polle Hitters to put up some good combos. If I remember correctly, I'm not 100% sure if I am remembering correctly, but I'm not sure that Kathburger actually did play in qualifiers. Okay, no, Kathburger did play in qualifiers, I stand corrected. But certainly going to look to be the main carry for the side of Polle Hitters. No Title on there, and just has such a well-rounded roster here. Definitely going to be, should be seeing Allegrissimo in for this one along with Spectre. I think we are likely to see Sison and Parisia in as well as the final two here. But it's going to be Pain rather than Parisia. Taldox and Wethel filling out the Polle Hitters lineup. It's a fairly short map as well, so early misses could potentially matter. We do see two early misses from Kathburger and Polle, and now Taldox with the first notable miss of this map. It's still 4 FCs on the side of No Title. There are 3/4 of the map left to be played though. Plenty of time here. Now Wessel finds a miss. Polle, Kathburger trading it back, and that's most of the combos down from Polle Hitters. Spectre does trade it back, but with 3 FCs to none, it's just going to be a massive advantage here for No Title. And I mean, halfway through, and Polle Hitters are already going to need a miracle to make a comeback on this first map. Taldox missing once again is not going to help out their case whatsoever. Kathburger and Taldox finding misses into the spinner here. And that is undoubtedly going to be a point for No Title, and that's going to be a very, very early break point. This map really, really calculates the comfort level between these two teams. On one hand, you've got 3 FCs and a very nice recovery combo out of Spectre, and then you've got poly hitters who are doing their best, but they don't really have anyone able to put up more than a 500k score on their own first pick, and hopefully we do get some closer maps in the rest of the match, but we will see how it goes. Of course, no title do have the next pick, and they're going to be looking to push this to a 2-0 lead, have lots of pick options. Would not be surprised to see them look towards one of those DT picks where they've got Zhangwu likely to fill in. It's going to be HG2 pick, and honestly, do you have to call out that performance from No Title on that last map? I want to say that's probably the best team score we've seen on that pick so far this weekend, with 3 FCs, 1 player not far off there. Really, really insane team score out of them, and HG2 is a very, very tricky one because, while yes, it's not uncommon to have 1 or 2 players that are solid on the HG2s, especially for some of the lower seeded teams, it is really hard to fill out those 3rd and 4th roster player slots with players that are really comfortable on an HG2 of this star rating. Now this HD2 is a little bit more finger control and rhythmic focused, which plays very, very heavily into this South Korean team's skill set here. I mean, especially with players like Sison, like Allegrisimo, who are so good at some of these more in-control focused picks. So we're going to be seeing Inquisitives in for the first time in this match. And No Title is just going to be sticking with their same lineup. Not sure if Prisha is actually here. It is going to be a decent accuracy lead over to Nighttoad into the slow section, but as we get into the heart of the part of the map, this is where we're going to start to see a few breaks, and there goes 3 players on the side of poly hitters right off the back. Spectre does trade it back, but that's 1 combo traded for 3. Wessel Osu with yet another miss, and things are falling apart very early on. We haven't even gotten into the tricky part of the map yet, and now getting into the harder part of the map where we start to see some rhythm, start to see some finger control, and we start to see the players be challenged a little. Pain does find a miss along with Spectre, but with Allegrisimo and Zyson still holding, they're off to a commanding lead early on, and the team of poly hitters are just falling apart here. Talducks, their last hope really with that last big combo, has finally dropped as well. I mean, it's just miss after miss from the side of Wessel. 20,000 points. That is not what you want to see on these HG2 picks, and this is exactly what I mean. You can have 1 or 2 players who are, more comfortable on the HG2s in Talducks and Capburger, but it is so hard to fill out that roster with 4 players that are really comfortable on it. And we do see another miss from Pain, but as long as anyone on the side of No Title holds onto their combos, it's not really going to matter. It is currently double score, and we have half the map to go still, so this score lead is only going to continue to grow as Zyson and Allegrisimo continue to hold on to their FCs. Ending of this map is pretty tricky though. You see a really big miss out of Pain. And Wessel not having a good time. You have to feel a little bad for Wessel. Probably was not looking forward to playing this coming in. I think the only question now is if we do see a double FC on the HD2 here. I think this map is fairly tricky, so would not be difficult for either Zyson or Allegrissimo to find a miss into this ending. There's a lot of awkward aim patterns thrown into this ending as well that can very easily catch players out. Spectre finds the miss. One big combo down. And it's just a few fairly simple back and forth down into the ending, so it looks like we're going to see the double FC out of Allegrissimo and Zyson. Very nice scores by both of them. Really impressive accuracy from Zyson as well on the 98.74, highest in the lobby. That's going to be a second point for no title now. Polle, of course, do have the next pick, but I'm just not sure what you pick into this no title team here. Maybe you can try something like the No Mod 1. Certainly can't go into the Free Mod 3 or the Free Mod 1. Free Mod 1 seems like exactly the kind of map that No Title loves to play. Heavy on the aim control, and they have so many good fill players. No Mod 1, I think, is going to be their best bet. Is probably going to be one of the more straightforward and simpler maps, but there's going to be No Mod 2. That is a little bit of a surprising pick. No Title, it's a very capable No Mod 2 team, but I guess you gotta pick something, so they may just be having fun with it at this point, which I think would be very fair. Honestly, at this point, I could very well see a no title just sticking with that kind of 4-player roster throughout this match. Poll haters, likely to be switching between a few players, but should be sticking with at the very least the core 3 of Catburger, Wessel, and Talvix. And does seem like Inquisitives is going to be staying in for this one. Now, while we're waiting for the rosters to get sorted out and the map to get started, I'll talk about the map a little bit. This is, of course, the stream map at 185 BPM, but this map has a fairly easy start. I would say the last part of the section of the map is going to be the hardest. It does take quite a little bit of build up before we really get into the streams, but the streams do get progressively harder throughout the map, so expect to see more misses towards the ending as the players start to find misses and start to run out of stamina if they do. but you really want to see both teams holding on to their combos early on, at least through the first quarter of the map. Really, if you want to put up a competitive score, you have to hold on through the majority of the first half of this map. This first big string coming up is where you could start to see some big misses. Nobody drops. It has just been that, I think, very, very early miss from, Inquisitives, who missed about 20 combo in, but has recovered nicely since then. And actually, Polyhitter is looking incredible on this map so far. The real test is going to come up in after the stream into the second half of the map, and this is where things start to get trickier. They have held up well so far. Now they just need to keep up that consistency. The accuracy is just so good, and Inquisitives finds a big miss. That's going to be the first drop of the match. All they need is one miss from the side of No Title, though, and they are right back in this one. The score lead is not that big. And look at the accuracies on the side of Polyhitters. Wessel is on an SS, Taldux is on a 99, and there goes Zyson. Inquisitive trades it back, but that's a really big trade for the side of Polyhitters. Full combos are going to be even across the board. The accuracies from No Title are just so good. There goes Spectre, Allegrissimo, Catburger, Taldux. It's now going to be 1 versus 1. Wessel versus Pain here. Quarter of the map to go. If one of these FC drops, the point is going to go over to the other team immediately. So much pressure on Wrestle, but there goes Zyson again. Taldux and Catburger finding other misses. Allegrissimo and Spectre have had time to build up some supporting combo along with the Inquisitives. So Polyhitters is looking, but there goes Pain. That's a massive drop. Wessel might have time to bring this map back, but there's not much map to go. The question is there time? And the bigger question is, can Wessel hold on into this ending? It is so tricky. Hits that last big stream, and Wessel might hold on to the FC, but is there enough time? I'm not sure. It's going to be really close. The misses from Catburger, Taldux are certainly not helping. Oh, with Catburger and Taldux missing once again into the last stream, it's not going to be enough. There had to be some supporting combo there. But it was such a impressive FC out of Wessel. And such a close map down to the wire, but unfortunately No Title is going to be getting their second break point and third point of this match with the next pick as well. And it really did come down to the supporting combos. Despite the FC out of Wessel, you had 600k, 650k actually, on 3 of the No Title players, and unfortunately just did not have the supporting combos to match. You know, the roster depth is so important in these team tournaments. DT2 out of No Title, no surprises whatsoever here. This is going to be our kind of a longer finger control focused map. There is some speed to it. I definitely wouldn't call it a speed map, but you do have to have the speed for it to burst 225 consistently. I honestly don't think it should be a problem for most of these players. The finger control and the stamina is what really gets you on this one, especially right after playing a No Mod 2. Stamina could become an issue later on into this DT2. It is quite a long one. 3 minutes and 39 seconds of Mirage Coordinator. No Title looking to put themselves on match point. And not expecting to see any roster changes from either teams. Should be getting to the map very shortly. Inquisitives finds an early miss, but so do Wessel and Allegrissimo. And with the length of this map, I don't think it's going to make a very big difference here. Now this is another one of those maps that does have a fairly easy beginning, especially compared to that last part of the map, so I'm actually surprised, but we have seen a lot of misses. I think Talduck's Catburger, Spectre, and Pain have all traded misses. It is just two big combos on the side of no title to one, with Inquisitives holding that 250 combo. There goes Allegrissimo, so now it's just Sison and Inquisitives holding on to those big combos. But it is Sison on the FC, so that's certainly advantage to no title, and they have the supporting combos as well in Spectre and Pain. Catburger continues to struggle a little bit. Wessel building up some supporting combo as well, but again, I'm honestly quite surprised to see this many misses early on. The hardest part of this map by far is the last third of this map. There goes Spectre now, potentially opening up a window to get back into this one, but it is traded by Talduck, so that's going to even things out. There goes Wes, so that's the big supporting combo down for the side of Polyhaters and Catburger as well. Inquisitives completely on their own now. No title is not the kind of team where you can do it on your own. You've got Zyson on the FC, you've got Pain and Allegrissimo with those big supporting combos now. And halfway through the map, they are going to start to really run away with this. Yes, Spectre finds another miss, but it doesn't really matter because there's just not enough supporting combo on the side of Polyhaters. And even with the 800 combo now from Inquisitives, the accuracy is just not there, so that, 700, 800 combo is worth about as much as Allegrissimo's a little bit lower combo just due to that accuracy difference. Now we do see Pain find a big miss, so that's a big combo down for no title. And that means Polyhaters is going to be able to hang on for a little bit longer there if they can hang on to their combos, but there goes Inquisitives. That's the combo they couldn't afford to lose. And with Inquisitive missing into the end of the map, that is going to be match point for no title. Zyson Allegrissimo is still holding on, and Zyson especially has looked so good throughout this match. Will he be getting another SC is the question now. This is a very tricky ending to the map. And that looks to be the FC from Zyson. Solid scores from Allegrissimo and Inquisitives as well. Now, Polyhater didn't even have a bad team score by any means on that map. 1.6 million is certainly not a terrible score for the pick. Just this no title team is so good, so consistent. It's so hard to beat, especially in these early rounds. Most of these members on this team were part of the roster that placed 4th in Corsace Open 2022, and that was a very stacked tournament, so They're certainly not a team to take lightly. Notably, of course, without Karcher this time around. But this is a group of players that have played with each other throughout so many tournaments. We've seen so many good performances out of them, and they continue to impress in their first match of Resurrection Cup. Poly haters do have the next pick, and they're gonna go for free mod 2, so into the speed free mod. That is only gonna be 211. So it's certainly not the speediest, but definitely is a speed test. Of course, a reminder for the tournament's pre-mod rules, every player needs to take at least one mod, and then there needs to be one hidden and one hard rock on each team. Would not be surprised to see quite a few hiddens on this map. I'd say it's probably slightly hidden favored. It's just so much easier to get accuracy on those bursts with the hidden as opposed to the hard rock. But the CS3 does make the aim part of the hard rock a fair bit more comfortable. Vector apparently was expecting to play this one no mod, so going to have to pick a mod and hope for the best. What do you expect? We are going to be seeing a one hard rock on each team. Would not be surprised if that is either Slicin or Alagrisimo for the side of no title. More likely Slicin, if I had to guess. Would not be surprised to see a couple overmods as well, so it is as expected for no title. Slicin actually overmodding with a hidden hard rock, and then Alagrisimo on just the hard rock. But on the side of poly hitters, also about as expected, Wessel on the hard rock, everybody else on the hidden. Okay, and it's actually Pain on the hard rock as well. Just noticed that, so many more hard rocks than I was expecting for no title, but does mean they are going to have that bonus multiplier over poly hitters, assuming they can hold on to their combos and their accuracy. We do see some early accuracy drops out of Pain, but matched by Taldux and Inquisitives, we do see a very early miss out of Wessel, and now from Catburger, things are not looking good early on. We do still have the two big combos out of Taldux and Inquisitives, so as long as those two players hold, they do have a chance. This is not a particular... Oh, and there goes Taldux, misses on absolutely nothing. You really cannot afford to miss there against a team like No Title. Yet again, all the pressure is on Inquisitive. And yet again, No Title does not drop the big combos. There is still half a map to go, but with Wessel finding another miss, things are looking more and more dire for poly haters here. Catburger falling apart now, and No Title just is not missing on this map. Into that break. Inquisitive, despite the very, very impressive full combo up to this point, will not be enough, sadly. Just does not have the supporting combos, and this is going to be a sweep for No Title. They will be moving on to the next round, and poly haters will be dropping down to the losers bracket. Inquisitives finally finds the miss, but has put up a valiant effort here. And I am not going to say anything about what No Title is doing right now. That is going to be a score. Whether they can close it out or not, we will see. Inspector finds the miss at the end, so it is not going to be the 4-way FC, but 3.93 million is an absolutely absurd team score. Either way, there is not much you can do about that. Very well played to them. They are going to be quite the scary team for whoever they do end up facing in the winners bracket, but that should be it for us. Thank you guys all so much for watching. Our next match is going to be 14 UTC between Mackie Pro and Glory Hammer, which will also be streamed by Mr. Cheese and commentated by myself and Shiva. So stay tuned for that. With that being said, thank you guys all for watching. Thank you, Cheese, for the stream. And of course, Raven for the ref. I hope you guys all have a good one. Take care.